Right, we're next going to be talking all about the Tone Festival. We're going to be talking to two people from Tone. Firstly, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Well, thank you for inviting us to speak with you.
Well, I was hoping you could firstly introduce yourselves to our listeners and tell them what your roles are within Tone.
Well, so I'm Claudia Molitor, and sitting next to me is Julie Louise Bacon, and we both met at the University of Kent when we were working here. And part of the idea was that we've both had experience in running festivals and setting up events. And Julie Louise is a fine artist and performance artist, and I'm a composer and sound artist. So we concocted this idea to come together and really bring together contemporary sound and fine art practices to make a festival. So that's when the idea of Tone came about, and that was nearly, a year and a half ago. So we've been working on it for quite a while.
Was there any more you wanted to tell us about Tone?
Yes, well, Tone is actually quite a unique thing, really, a unique beast, we would say, because it's called Tone, a meeting of sound and light. That's the title of it. And this is because it's really a unique festival in bringing sound art practices, music practices, fine art practices together in a sort of coherent whole. And also, it is all of the work that we're creating, or we've commissioned from artists, from national and international artists, to really deal with the site and deal with Medway as a space to make art. And so everything that we've put into the festival and everything we've curated is specifically made for this area, for the Medway area, and for the time of year as well, it being the summer solstice over the 20th to the 22nd of June when the festival is happening.
So what is the relevance of the location then?
Well, the location is really important to the festival, and I think because I've been going on for a long time, I'll hand over to my co-curator, Julie Louise Bacon, to talk about the site.
Yeah, hi there. We've got a number of great locations where we've got performances, installations, and music events happening. So if people know the area, we've got work happening at Sun Pier and Sun Pier House, which is in the centre of Chatham. Also up at Fort Amherst and at the historic dockyard. And then connecting those sites, we've got works happening along the River Walkway, the Gun Wharf. So it's basically a constellation, if you like, of venues that have got historic importance in the city that are going to be looked at in a different and a new, exciting way by our artists.
I know you next wanted to talk about sonic and visual arts and the concepts of those.
Yeah, so what has been happening recently in a lot of artist practice is that these boundaries between sound art and visual art have been breaking down. So conventionally you might have a composer who would just be writing a piece of music and handing it over to a performer to perform at a concert. But nowadays you have lots of composers who engage in field recording, who write for instruments, but also work visually. So you might go, I'm sure some of your listeners have been to a gallery where you go into the gallery and you actually experience sound in the gallery as well. So these boundaries between different forms of art, between sculpture, between installation, between composition, have been slowly breaking down, and lots of artists work across different disciplines. So this is really, and us being situated here at the university, we've got a fine art department and we've got a music department, but we work together a lot in collaboration and bring students together. And so this is something that we encouraged all our artists to do, to come into the site and to use the site as a place to create their work, whether with sound, whether with visual material, whatever material seems relevant to make work in the site.
Now, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about some of the artists that are going to be there, I understand.
So we've got an amazing program running from yesterday, leading right up to our sort of hot weekend of Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the 20th, 21st and 22nd. So some of the things that listeners might want to go along and experience, we've got a light sculpture, which has also got a sound element, which will be sampled from the river, taking place on Sun Pier by Australian artist James Gertz, and there's going to be a performance at 21:21 on the Friday evening. So that's just at dusk as the sun's setting. So that's going to be a beautiful moment for that sound and light work on Sun Pier. We've also got Kathy Hind working along the Gun Wharf with her twittering machines, creating a kind of sonic wall along the riverside. We've got Alan Giddy, who's another Australian artist. So you'll have fishing lines in the river and taking sound samples from those and mixing a live composition with British musician, violinist Alison Blunt. On the dockyard, we have a roaming trio of cellists, some of them really the most amazing contemporary cellists in the world at the moment, who have been choreographed to go around different areas of the dockyard and perform compositions. And then they'll all reconvene in a central location. And there'll be an event there. We also have Lost Lands, which is a food art composition work by Helen Sharp, which is going to be devising cocktails and music and films on the theme of sailors, maritime life, and lost lands. Up at the fort, we have a sculpture in the Memorial Garden by Ben Fitton and Dylan Shipton, which is really exciting work that's thinking about 2014 as the 100th anniversary since the outbreak of World War One. If listeners want to go online at our website, they can see full details of our program at tonefestival.com. They can download the full PDF with the map of all the venues. And you can also buy tickets on there for the performances. Our installations are all free, so all of the things that are happening in the town are free. It's the evening performance series on the dockyard that you buy tickets for. We're finishing the whole thing off on Saturday night with a great DJ set as well by Max Reinhardt. So we get to have a dance and a celebration as well as encountering this amazing cutting-edge contemporary art. So I'd say this is really, really unique. There's a lot of fun, a lot of play, a lot of thoughtfulness and sensitive work, and world premieres, new commissions specifically for the Medway area.
Now, I've got down that you've got a bit of a call-out for volunteers at the moment as well.
We do indeed. We're very interested. We've got a great team working with us at the moment, but if people are interested in getting involved with the festival, we'd like to hear from them at tonefestival@outlook.com. There's also information on the website, how to contact us, which again is tonefestival.com. Our website, our Facebook is Tone Festival, and the Twitter account also is in that name. So, yeah, if people are interested in getting involved, and I'd also like to say we've got workshops and artist talks. So if people want to meet the artists, want to get involved, learning how to do work, experimental sound art, visual art work, interested in that type of practice, there's opportunities to, free opportunities to work alongside the artists. So absolutely get in touch with us via our website, and we'll look forward to seeing you down there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 20th, 21st and 22nd.
Well, if you're happy we've covered everything, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time out to tell us all about Tone.
That's great. It's lovely speaking to you today.